Hello, beautiful people of the internet. Friends, loved ones, strangers, everyone is welcome. My name is Greg, and tonight I'm going to do kind of a director's cut style video of one of my Cinewhoop flights. It's nothing special in particular, it's just beautiful set and setting. No real subjects. The subject is the park, and it's me kind of flying in a circle, kind of figuring out my lines. I'm testing new ducts on my Cinesplorer with the 5-bladed propellers. And I just, I thought it was a pleasant experience, but it's nothing to jump out at. So I'm like trying to add a little value here, I'm trying to talk over it, explain my flying methodologies, what I enjoy in a scene, and just kind of vibe out, and pedal my music as well, because one of the song that's playing in the background that you're going to be hearing is my music, which you can download from dachi.bandcamp.com. Spacebar, hit and play. 23.976 timeline. Yes, so this was filmed in 4K, 30 frames per second. All the settings are locked in, so shutter's locked at 120, 1/120. I have an ND filter in. ISO max is probably set to 100, hopefully. And you have this gorgeous golden sunset with like orange hues and little teal parts. It's just, Florida sunsets are just absolutely stunning. Like I don't know. It's just, I can just watch, I can just fly this looked amazing even in the analog camera, like I just had to fly up and pause and just check it out, So this is the local park. It was actually a little busier than I would have liked, but I did a good job of not flying near people. In my ducted 3-inch Cinewhoop drone, meaning that blades will not cut anyone. So practice safety. But yeah, one of the reasons why I love putting a 30 frames per second video in a 24 frames per second timeline is you get very slight slow motion. And so what that means is it kind of gives it a little bit of a dreamy effect. And I love 24 frames per second. For some reason, it speaks to me. Like I tried 30, and I could see when it's 30 frames per second and when it's 24 frames per second. So right now, I'd say most of my YouTube videos, if I'm doing like this sort of slow, smooth flying, I'll stick to 24 frames per second. As I try more freestyle moves and fly my 5-inch more, I'll probably be doing more 30 frames per second style videos. But I love going through this little canal thing in here, this little tiny little stream. The other day it rained and it was like that whole part was just all water. It's just gorgeous. So again, beautiful sunset, and I'm just figuring out my lines a little better here. I'm getting more comfortable with the trees. I do this little dive move that it's pretty simple, but just looked so good, like nice and symmetrical and stuff. And now I love this drone, man. It's the motors, combination between the motors, propellers, the lightness of the frame. You get like this really smooth performance. And like I was flying around with these new ducts that are available at the FPV Cycle store with these 5-bladed props, and it felt like I guess the best analogy I was thinking of is like, when Goku is like surfing on like his little cloud friend, or in Tailspin, like that, the kid bear, I forget his name, You had like the little air surfboard. Like that's like my best analogy towards like flying this thing, and just like how fun it is. Flying super close to the ground. It doesn't feel like I'm gonna like nick anything. It just feels like I'm still feeling control, and that's like super cool. So this next portion, I kind of start getting into the trees, and you definitely, it's like, I guess like what I was trying to do here was just like have a flight where I can fly as long as possible, make it look good, and not crash. And it's taken me so long to like get to this point where like I can like zip around these little bushes and trees and stuff and like maybe slightly nick them, but like I stayed up this whole flight. Like I drained the battery down to like you'll see later, I'll just like plop down because like I ran out of juice. I didn't crash, and that to me is impressive. You know, like yeah. So cool little zippy zoopies. You know, this is like a beautiful park. It's so big and so open, and I love like zipping around like the treetops as the sun is setting, and it like just kisses the pine needles and like the tips of the trees, and this is so cool. Like the silhouettes here. I was going in the thick of it. Like this is Static City with analog. Like it's bearable, but like I was like, I hope I could find a way out. Yeah. This track in particular is many years old, and I'm just trying to like any kind of unreleased demo that I have from the last like 12 years of making electronic music. I'm just trying to like put it out along with new material and just like make beats. There's a couple like things that I'm trying to do with this channel. One is like tell better stories, like learn to tell better stories through editing and visual storytelling, because I do video production work for my income. Number two, I want to share more of my beats for people to use in their YouTube videos, because I see people like getting the videos taken down. You know, it's not fun when you're just a creator starting out and you're trying to like make a cool edit and you don't have any music. So I'm trying to just like have some beats on hand. Little plop, little throttle confusion there. Yeah, I'm just trying to make like music for myself first, but like I also would love to share that with creators that might, you know, don't want to get copyright stricken by, you know, putting their favorite song. Like my songs aren't the best, but they're decent. You know, it's got melody, it's got structure, it's got rhythm. I try to span different genres, you know, and I make music for like my own commercial work, just to like I don't get a copyright strike or get in trouble with any of that nonsense, you know. So this portion here, I switched it to because the sun was setting more and it was getting darker and I was getting deeper in the woods, and you see I just bailed out of there because I couldn't get out. But yeah, this is 1/1. I believe this is 1/60th of a second, or maybe I removed the ND filter. One of those two things is true, or maybe both of those things are true, because it was starting to get darker and I wanted to get more details in the shadows of the woods and stuff, you know. And this is it, man. I tried to do this video like 3 times. I did it yesterday and it actually came out good and I was happy with it, but I played the 30 frames per second version, not the 24 frames per second version, so all of my audio was out of sync. So today I put the kid to bed and I was just like, or my son to bed, and I was like, I need to do this. Like I need to finish a freaking video. I'm trying to like put up videos, trying different concepts out. Thank you for tuning in. If you like the music, you can download this track on dachi.bandcamp.com. Little life hack for creators: if you made it this far in the video and you're a YouTube creator and you need music in the background and you don't want to get copyright stricken, one of the workarounds that I suggest to try it on a test account first, obviously, like on a burner account. Take your favorite song. If you know that it's going to get DMCA'd or copyright stricken, go to an audio editing program, even Premiere, any program that can manipulate audio, and either pitch it up or pitch it down by a semitone or two, which will make it sound a little at first out of tune if you're used to hearing the song a certain way. But I think you can circumvent the algorithm by changing the pitch of the song. I've gotten away with it before in Facebook, Instagram, where I just like straight took a washed out track that I knew was gonna get flagged, and I put on one of my little like edits just for fun, and it didn't get copyright stricken. So keep that in mind, even if you don't want to use my music, even though I highly suggest you do. I think it's good. Hopefully I'll do more of these. Hope some bit of information spilled out in this video. I'm going back in the woods over here for some strange reason. Like I really want to lose this quad, but I never did. Very happy with this flying platform. Highly recommend FPV Cycle, Cinewhoop. Very good, very good. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Greg. You can find me on Instagram at gre.vo. That's Grivo. My music, udachi.bandcamp.com. I got a ton of music on my SoundCloud as well. It's freaking ancient, but it's there. Thanks again. Have a great night. Love y'all.